Howdy, hombres! My name's L.A.zy, and welcome all back to the letter. In the last episode, we had swell adventures with Hannah as she was catching up with all the royalties, and with Becca and Ashton of all people, and it looks like Luke has some adultery problems as well. We are continuing the saga with Hannah, and it looks like everything has gone dark, and I think we're on our own, which does not bode well at all, considering she's being actively haunted by the ghosty goober. Let's get started without delay, shall we? And the most private we can get without me dragging Luke all the way to our bedroom is the foyer.
And you?
Okay, we're already starting with the voiceovers.
We are going to talk about this, Lucille Mitchell-Wright.
So that's his full name, okay.
Not now, but we will talk about this.
Right! I swear that is not my child, no matter what that woman says. Hannah, darling, you believe me, don't you?
I believe that it isn't your child. But you never said that you did not cheat on me with her. We'll have a talk about that tomorrow, among other things.
Oh boy.
What for? What other things?
About us, Luke. This isn't right, this doubting each other and not talking. That's why we'll talk. If anyone needs me, I'll be in our room. I'm in no mood to be talking with anyone about anything, especially nosy baggers who have no business with any of it.
Should I be worried? Scared? Because you know threats do not work with me, Hannah.
None of those. You should know I'm not your enemy, Luke. I need rest. That's all.
Of course, you must be so tired. You've earned some peace. I'll take over the party from here.
Good night, love.
Good night, Buttercup.
Sometimes I forget that leaving Luke to handle a party is a horrible idea. October 29th, Saturday. Already. We got our updates. Bright Mashing officially opened its doors with the ground housewarming feast. Zachary Steele, Ashton Frame, and Rebecca Gales were seen attending. However, what was supposed to be a day of merriment turned sour when Rochelle Lee, Chief Inspector's wife, accused Luke Wright of fathering her unborn baby. In the aftermath of Rochelle's accusations, Hannah banned her former friend from setting a foot in any of their properties. She was then seen dragging her husband all the way to the mansion's foyer in order to set things straight with him. Yeah, that was bizarre. But it's kind of understandable if you look at Luke. That guy's definitely a cheater. Because come morning, the dining hall is a mess with a few of his drunk friends sleeping about. At least a dozen men and women are scattered about, sleeping like they are in alcohol-induced comas. Even Officer Lee's there, sleeping off the effect and still clutching a bottle of a 1998 Jamila. No doubt Lucas served some of the stores in absinthe. Judging by the faint burnt smell, they had set fire to the latter too, nor Bohemian. There's only one so much I can tolerate, as we have Johans retrieve every single one and give them a cab. And they are everywhere. At the table, on it, and underneath it, and some are even in the kitchen.
Nap time is over, Kinder. Time to go.
Johan's not having any of this shit according to his lens shine. And oh dear, does this piss off Valid, though he is still a man of sound fury. God damn, I got more mosquitoes flying. Although it still is a little treat to hear our curses in German from the other room. I imagine Luke will be amused as well if his guests are being thrown out. Instead, he's brooding in his seat, rolling a stalk of daffodil in between his fingers.
He's energetic, and you aren't drunk. That, or you are getting better with handling your hangovers without your dog hairs. Should I be looking out the window to see if the sky has turned red and if pigs have started to fly?
I am unfortunately completely sober, Hannah.
And how does it feel not being hungover?
Still miserable.
It'll get better.
Or so they say. You wanted to talk about something?
You know, for once, I wish you were hungover. Maybe this isn't the best time for this talk.
No, please. I do not like loose ends. And this is a bloody ugly loose end.
Then, first things first. I want you to be honest with me. Just between the two of us. Without others to impress. Without people listening in. Just you and me. Did you or did you not sleep with Rochelle Lee and got her pregnant?
I didn't get her pregnant. But the thought of having a child with her? Can you just imagine it? Or rather, don't. I can already see it. It'll look like that ruddy pig boy from that Young Wizard book.
I don't care about once upon a time. What I'm asking is if you were with her the other night during my party.
Him not showing up in most of the gatherings I've hosted in the past is nothing new, of course. The one I've had last week is no different. It's merely another thing I've gotten used to between us after things turned sour. But after Rochelle's outburst last night, I won't deny feeling the disappointment, the betrayal. What's done is done, however, though at the very least I still want to hear the truth from him.
She made me meet with her the night of your party. But I swear, I only agreed to go so that I could tell her I wasn't having none of it. It isn't my baby. I don't even think it's Lee's. Poor bloke. I mean, I probably slept with her once. We were probably incredibly drunk, but that would have been a long time ago before she was preggo.
Are you sure, Luke? You're not making anything up or leaving anything out?
Of course not. I swear it on my mother's grave.
He swears it, he says it as he hands me the flower with such tenderness. And I believe him.
Well, if that's all you wanted to talk about, you shouldn't have made me worry.
For the sake of my sanity and for the sake of our marriage, I'll pretend that you never said any of that. Are you sure you aren't drunk now?
Haven't had a single drop and hating it.
Would you like something to drink? Because I'm not done. I have something else to tell you.
No thanks, maybe I will after this little talk you wanted to have. I already told you, and you already said you believe me that the brat isn't my child. I already spilled that I might have had drunken sex with her once, and you wish to wipe that off your memory. So do we have anything else to talk about? Because have at it, I'm all ears.
You're pretty miffed for someone who just admitted to his wife that he's cheated.
And you're stalling. I can tell that incident has you shaken up. So why don't you just spit it out and get this all over with?
I'm pregnant.
What?
For real?
Come again?
You heard me.
You've got to be kidding, right? This must be some kind of joke. Are you taking the piss at me? Because woman, I don't need a second fake pregnancy. Instead
of answering, however, I stay silent and let the matter of the fact sink into his head. Oh boy, that face. His face heats up for a moment before he goes pale. He raises a hand in the hopes of asking for a drink, but the morning staff are still busy evicting the last of the inebriated companions. He doesn't even bother to bark out orders as he's lost his very voice. Actually, he looks like he's on the verge of hyperventilating.
This is Hannah, darling.
Oh boy, that sent him to a shock.
I need some air. How long have you been?
3 months.
3 months.
And the twins. Although we don't know yet if they're a boy or a girl or both.
Oh boy.
Good God! Twins!
Oh boy, he sounds like he's gonna lose it.
I'm going to be a father to 2 tiny babies. Breathe, Luke! Breathe!
Goodness, Luke, I'm the one who's pregnant here, not you.
Now don't touch me! Stay
What the
away.
fuck? The scream gets off my amusement, and without thinking, Luke and I rush to the foyer. There stands a crazy-looking chief inspector, thrashing about as he tries to make it up the stairs while Johannes holds him back.
What is going on here?
Und tschüss. All the Schweinehunde must leave, including you, Chef Inspector. This one is very problematic and will not
He
leave.
screamed out. That means something's wrong.
No, you can't make me leave! I need to stay here for her! I need to help her!
Oh, Rochelle? She's probably already at home, dearie. Or she might have already gone and skipped town. Who knows?
Oh, for the love of... There's no point talking logic in him. Lee, go home. You're drunk.
Can't you hear her crying?
Oh my god. Not the ghost again.
She was crying, just weeping and in so much pain last night. I couldn't help her. Drunk, sobbing bastard that I
It's a
am.
good thing you didn't help her. She would probably twist your head off.
But my help. She needs my help. Tell your fucking stupid lapdog to let go of me, Luke! Or I'm gonna knock him down and I'm gonna knock the 2 of you down too!
Language!
Jesus.
I've already dealt with your wife, so don't make me deal with you, Lee.
That lady drove him over the edge.
Or I swear I'll...
Hannah, enough. Don't stress yourself over him. It'll be bad for the twins. So go back to your breakfast and let me handle this, okay?
Are you sure?
Why wouldn't I be? Now, go ahead and do something less stressful.
Jesus. He probably hurt the ghost, yeah. Hannah confronted Luke regarding last night's drama. He confessed he slept with Rochelle but insisted he's not the father of her child. Accepting his apology, Hannah then informed him that she's 3 months pregnant. The talk was interrupted when a crazed Officer Lee refused to leave the mansion, screaming about helping the crying woman. Like I said, it's a good thing you didn't help her. Go ahead and do nothing. There isn't much to do, it seems. Whenever I step up to the plate and try to take responsibility for something. Perhaps because everything is already being handled by someone hired specifically for that job. Now, Johan's overseeing the staff and Luke handling everything else as a whole, that doesn't leave much for me. I can't even take the job of delegation because all it takes is a word to no one of the senior staff and everything will be taken care of for me. Moving in here a few days ago may have very well been the chore that took the most effort from me. I didn't take any real effort at all.
Yes, Hannah, go buy a mansion in the middle of nowhere. Good idea. Great plan.
There are no dishes to set aside and busy myself with. Any mess left behind is now nearly non-existent. Sit on the counter while eating cake is supposed to be my next plan. Alas, there isn't even one to finish off, and I don't really know what brought me to the kitchens in the first place. It's not like I'm craving anything else, nor do I have any unfinished business left here. There's a calling to this room. Speaking of calling, why not do just that? Might as well, since I have nothing else to do. At least that will require some effort on my part. With how cut off from the rest of Luxembourg the mansion is, or how long it was abandoned before we moved in, having a landline is out of the question. The solution is supposed to be our mobiles, though it isn't much considering how spotty the signals in this area. It'll take a bit of maneuvering to get in single bars, that is. It takes a bit, as I said it would. I have to park my ear on one of the cold drawers, but that suits me just fine. Another matter that needs my effort is who to call. She who must not be named is certainly off the list. It doesn't leave much in the category of close friends who attended the party, only the category of who else is awake at this early hour. Soon enough I manage, and the call goes through.
Hello, Rebecca Gales here.
Rebecca.
Who's this?
Good morning, Becky.
Hannah? Oh wait, how did you get my number?
You responded to your RSVP through the phone. It's all saved in here, of course. I thought I'd like to say hi and make plans and get together sometime. Also, I'd love to hear news about your mother and father and about you, my dear.
Hannah is so damn friendly for a rich woman. Who wouldn't give to meet a person like that?
Oh, I hope I didn't wake you up.
Oh, you're good. It's sports day at school today, so I was just prepping for that.
Figures that you'd be a teacher as well. I'm sure your students must absolutely adore you.
Don't know about that.
Mathematics?
History, actually. Anyway, it's real nice to know you've got my number. I was going to ask for yours because Mom wanted to keep in touch.
You could have asked, silly girl. I would have gladly given it to you.
Couldn't, though, because, well, the thing that happened. But really am sorry, though. I gotta run. School, schedule, stuff. Is there anything else you want to say? Don't want to use the mobile while driving.
Oh, of course, of course. I shouldn't keep you. But I wanted to thank you for your company yesterday.
Not a problem.
And for that other thing as well.
What for now?
For what you said to me. With what had happened. It's been very helpful in...
The call starts to go static, much to my frustration. Her again. A strange clicking noise drowns out most of the words, too. I doubt she can understand what I'm saying. The line completely dies. I feel a headache coming along, just building up, starting from a light throbbing on one side of my head. The static is gone and that helps a lot. There's still an incessant horrible clicking. Again and again and again. Which doesn't make sense. The mobile's turned off, isn't it? And if it isn't coming from the phone, then where? Looking about, I can't help but let my eyes be drawn to the hatch leading to the wine cellar once more. That's when the clicking stops and I can hear that crying. That familiar crying from before. What happened the other day when I was told nobody should have been down there? I tried to forget it because of how unsettling so. I can hardly do it. I'm looking at the very thing I'm trying to forget. Somebody's crying down there again. But if I leave it alone, it simply won't stop bothering me for the rest of the day. And I forgot to lock it with the party going on.
This again? If somebody is pulling my leg, I will not be
I don't
happy.
think you'll be happy either way. True enough, all it takes is a bit of pull to open the hatch. As I look down to the cellar, a sense of uneasiness washes over me. It's just sudden onset of vertigo and nausea, but also the darkness. It's suffocating. As I look down, it feels as if it's looking back at me. I worry that something will suddenly pull me into the deep. Cries drown beneath the shrieks that start echoing in my head. I am shrill like nails being dragged across the chalkboard. They're still coming, shouting at me. I can just feel her rage. Help me. She wants to drown me, drag me down, crush me to the very depths of darkness, so there is nothing left of me. A deep abyss waits for me, for my death. They're calling for it. This is a nightmare. There's a rope around my neck and I can feel the rest of me being torn apart. They're still screaming. I'm screaming. It's not my voice that escapes my lips. The claws through, climbing up and forcing its way up my throat like putrid bile. Choke and gag, yelling, scream and shriek at the same time. And I'm me, but not me. Whoa! Shit! Screaming stops and dies down. It's a moment of reprieve and I want to believe that I'm finally safe, but it's quiet. Too quiet. Okay, the screaming is something else. Okay, here you can keep an eye on all the buttons. Pushing me down to my knees before I'm prone and vulnerable on my stomach. It makes me tumble and I can just feel my whole body seizing, writhing on the floor. Everything and nothing hurts. It feels like I'm on the verge of death. If I'm not dying, I nearly wish I actually am.
Hana? Hana, what is going on in here? Why are you?
Franks!
Suddenly, something snaps back and I'm able to take a gasp of air on my own volition for the first time in what felt like centuries. I would have rejoiced and cried for his name if the pains did not rack my body. Oh boy. I'm still shaking. Instead, all I can do is stare listlessly as he comes to my side and lifts me up, cradling me in his arms. He tries to get me to my feet, perhaps take me out of here. But all he's able to do is get me a sit, make sure I'm not thrashing on the floor. I still feel my muscles spasm, limbs jerking like a puppet on a string. Luke holds me tight and keeps me still, so that I do not hurt myself anymore. Whatever it is that happened, it has my mind feeling frayed and battered. Eventually, the pain dies down to a dull ache, and my own tongue stops feeling like cotton. It's only now that I can feel the wetness on my cheeks, tears streaking down my face. A coughing racks my body now that I don't feel like choking. It just feels all so horrible. I don't care. I don't care.
Luke, please!
What happened here? Who did this to you?
I don't know. I am so sorry.
Shh, it's alright. You're safe now, Hana. You're safe now.
Gee. What was Zachary again? Pleasant aroma hits me long before I cross the threshold. Faint but light and warm, a reminder of what home is. Pa's turn becoming and gaze. Miles' tender smiles, the sunlight filtering through the eaves in the morning. Okay. And the distinct smell of cinnamon and vanilla as it drifts through the air every time something cooks in the room. The room, our room, Ma and Pa's pride and joy. My sister and I too eventually. We ain't allowed there. Not yet. Not until we're taller or older. Not until we've learned how to take care of ourselves, not to burn our hands, reach the cupboards without having to be lifted.
But a little peek wouldn't hurt, yeah?
Floorboards are cold under my feet, more than it actually is. The walls more forbidding than what I'm used to. Father and father, the room goes. Ma singing ceases and Pa.
No, please wait! I'll be good! I'll sleep on time! Don't go!
I can't hear Pa. Now above the raucous clang and deafening roar of gunshots, nor the screams replacing the comforting soft melodies. There is only the blinding fear. When my foot slips, the Red Sea that catches me is bare and frigid, but the blood that drips in my hand is warm, 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 and ain't my blood. Walls tumble and everything goes quiet. Oh boy. It takes a few moments for everything to fall into place and my eyes to adjust to the relative darkness of the room. Despite the pleasant chill the AC brings, my shirt is clinging tightly to me. My blanket is tangled and messed around my throat. Morning has not arrived, and yet...
Way too early for this thing, man.
And too long. Too long since the last I've woken up drenched in my own sweat, head littered with thoughts that are gone as soon as my eyes open. All too often, only imprints and brief images are left to haunt me for the rest of the day, or until my mind forgets about it. Egad, whichever comes first. If vivid or not, what little I can remember does not matter. Regardless, the desperation sticks, clawing up, pushing, urging me to relive every moment, every sensation, and... There's a twinkle in Ma's eyes when she wakes up from her work, flour dusting her nose and cheeks. The scent of freshly baked bread wafts from the oven as soon as Pa opens it, and the homely fragrance of honey fills the room. He reaches up to wipe the small beads of sweat away from his forehead before gesturing for me to come closer, the moment he spots me on my little hiding place behind the door. I expected him to be angry, but his pat on my back when I come, and then his arm reaches encouraging enough. I'll have to taste these first before you put them up for sale tomorrow. You're up for it, little man. Is it good enough? A knock cuts through the air before I can answer. Sharp, heavy, demanding, familiar. So distantly familiar. Ma ushers me out of the kitchen when Pa moves to answer it. But I know. What waits outside. I taste the blood in my mouth, since an unpleasant churning in my gut. Ma's apron crinkles under my tight grip. Something snaps back into place. The bed remains in utter disarray and the wall still in a new paint job. The wall clock ticking opposite my bed is unsettling as ever. Ash is right. Should have already replaced that when I had the chance.
You're no longer there, Zachary. Here and there are miles apart. Calm down.
Oh boy, he still has bad memories of that, doesn't he? I push out my own fingers against my temples, a welcome sensation of the anxiety gripping me. I never really did anything to stave off the headache, sure, follow after this before, but it grounds me. A little reminder that I'm safe, away from the place I once called home, with Ma and Pa's. The urgency with each rap that follows finally chases away the ghost threatening to hang around. No, don't say ghost, or else a stringy-haired ghost girl will appear again. Why anyone thinks it's a good idea to knock at someone else's door this late confuses me. Nana would chase them all the way with the broom if she was here. But no matter, it's a welcome break from the thoughts about to take a morbid turn if left festering. It's probably just Ash angry, looking for a place to crash. Wonder of wonders why he's bothering with the cursing when he never did so before. Even with that hunch, though, habit compels me to check who it is first through the peephole. Better safe than sorry, they say, except the person that greets me on the other side ain't him. Unless his hair grew longer overnight and he started wearing a ponytail, of course. Child, that will happen anytime soon, no matter how funny that looks in my head. I waste no time opening the latches.
Isabella!
Oh,
It's
thank
late.
God, Jesus. I thought it was the ghost again. God damn. There's something I can't quite pinpoint in her eyes when she looks up. She's terrified as hell. Her face, a pallid shade, shoulders tense, breathing heavy, and an uncontrollable shaking in her hands she's trying to hold back. Hide if I didn't know any better.
Hey, Zach. Sorry, I know it's weird for me to show up at this hour, but you are the closest to my office, and...
No, it's perfectly fine. I'm not really working on anything right now. Do you want to come in?
Is it alright? I know you should be sleeping at this hour, but I thought... I'm sorry, I just thought... I have no idea why I went here. My feet just moved on their own after I got out of the office, and...
Oh, thank God. Well, I mean, it's obvious in the get-go, but she escaped the ghost from the office. Thank goodness. Good on you, Isabella. Please stay alive, because you are cute.
Sorry.
She trails off, her voice lost in the muggy night air. I wait for her to say more, but instead her only response is a downward shift of her gaze, back to her still trembling hands as if her motion alone is enough for an explanation. A minuscule gesture, easy to miss if one's not paying attention. But for someone who has seen the same expression on the mirror, done the same thing too many times, well, night terrors are inevitable, it is not.
Hey, don't worry about it. At least you not.
Ash just barges in and crashes on the couch whenever he feels like it. I swear that guy is one fine hairline away from being a criminal.
Without waiting for her answer, I step away from the door and saunter over the kitchenette. For a few good seconds, only the cooking of the plates can be heard above the constant tick-tock. Lazy may be for a snack, familiar emotions keep me occupied, steering the mind away from the dangerous thoughts. Isabella's company is not unwelcome either. Whatever her reasons for showing up here at such an hour doesn't matter. I'll be damned if I just turn her away, frazzled as she is. The door clicks shut behind her and she finally enters, feet scuffling softly against the tilted floor. In all the years I've known her, she has never once lost her ever upbeat spirit. And in this particular moment, she stands in my doorway, holding her arms close to herself, as if I'm looking at someone completely withdrawn from the person I've come to know all these years.
Do you want to drink or eat anything? I haven't restocked my food stash yet, so ingredients may be a bit limited. But I'm sure I can whip something up with what I have here.
Just water will do, please. Thanks, Zach.
What? No additional food requests? That's new. I'll put something together for you anyway. Feel free to make yourself at home. You ain't exactly a new visitor here. Although my room's not at its most presentable right now. Sorry, new freelance gigs and such. Didn't have time to fix things up here lately.
It's okay. I don't mind.
Usually she'd have something more to say about that. A quip or witty remark to provoke a laughter or two. Nothing from her this time. Only a weak smile before she takes a seat on the couch in the silence that stretches out until what we left hanging feels disconcerting. Before everything turns stifling and awkward, I continue talking, if only to keep the dead air at bay. How's one supposed to keep a conversation going when the person you're talking to is like this?
Anyway, gigs. Can you believe this one client we got? Boss had all my schedule shoots shifted after they caught wind of this couple buying a new property. Man, must be nice to have all the money in the world.
No idea.
The world itself moves for you, huh?
She curled up on the side of the couch and hugging her knees close when I bring her a tray carrying the sandwiches and the water she requested. She starts to straighten up as I'm unloading contents, but pauses as soon as I hold up my hand in a halting gesture.
You're a guest. Didn't I say you're free to make yourself at home? Here's your water. Careful.
The tremor in her hands, though lighter now, still hasn't subsided when she reaches out for the glass. She got spooked real bad by the ghost. I give her a questioning look, but she is quick to avert her eyes, keeping herself occupied by taking small gulps of water. Or maybe she doesn't want me asking questions. Worrying. Some lost for words, this bout of quiet not normally present in our chats. Even the creaking of the old chair when I casually take a seat is a welcome break. If the company is familiar, this has gone way past the nerving.
What happened? Overtime at work?
Doesn't answer immediately. Another gulp drains her glass of its remaining contents. I don't think it will be enough to help her recover if she doesn't lose her taut grip on the glass. She crawls in her lap. Her eyes take an unfocused gaze when she speaks again.
Yeah, boss handed me extra work today. After what happened to Rose.
Rose? Why do I feel like you've mentioned her before? Sorry, I'm better with remembering faces than names.
She was my coworker. That will take some getting used to. I was just talking to her the other day.
Was? Did she resign or something? I think I'm missing a few details here, Bella.
You've never met her. I think I did mention her once or twice. It doesn't matter. You probably heard her name recently from the news than me.
Something clicks then. Old memory from the night before. The bright red light in the dark room, the strong odor of the stopped bath, television's barely audible murmur in the background, a glimpse of a bloody room. News is everywhere, even in the morning that follows. I just didn't think its effects would strike someone this close to me.
Oh. Damn. I didn't mean to bring that up.
No, like I said, it'll take some getting used to, but it'll get better. I hope it will. Things might become a little busier for me, though. She left a lot of things unfinished, and I'm one of the few people in the office who knows how she works. Boss thinks the transition will be easier if I handle it.
That explains it. Well, just don't forget you still need rest. Even the most hard-working people I know don't keep hours as late as this. Hell, the subway stopped running hours ago. Crime rate might be lower here than most places, but that doesn't mean you can walk around freely in the middle of the night.
It's just for today.
Still a good thing you dropped by here first. I'm not just about to let you walk out here alone, especially not in the middle of the
Zach
night.
is nice. I like him.
Who knows what else could happen? I'm not saying you should go right now, but I could accompany you home if you...
No! Wait, please!
No, definitely don't do that. The human tension in her voice makes me pause, and in this instant, the mask she's been keeping up falls apart, if only for a short while. Right then and there, I understood what's hiding behind her unfocused stare for the moment she arrived. Fear. Pure, unadulterated fear. It's disturbing to see such more in her usual upbeat countenance. Excuse me, but if you see a ghost as terrifying as that, I think it will creep out anybody. With a sigh across the small distance separating us and kneel in front of her. She doesn't flinch when I do so. However, the way she appears to make herself smaller against the couch is telling enough.
Bella, this ain't just about your coworker, is it? What is it really about? I'm all ears.
Sound glass shattering rents through the air as soon as her hold on it loosens. In the span of a few seconds, her breathing grows labored.
I don't know. I don't know anymore.
She clasps her hands over her ears, pressing it tightly against the side of her head. Her voice grows weaker with each word, each plea coming out of her mouth.
Please don't leave me alone. I don't want to be alone right now. I can't shake it off. Everywhere's not safe and...
Hide, Isabella. Look at me.
My hands are firm on her shoulder when I pull her up to look at me. It takes every force of will to ignore the terror in her eyes in favor of taking control of the situation. Too close, too similar.
Breathe. You're safe here. Inhale, hold, exhale. Stay in the present.
Poor Isabella.
I'm here. No one's gonna hurt you. Do you want to talk about it?
She doesn't want to. The force of which she shakes her head is enough reason to drop the topic altogether.
No more. Please. No more. I don't want to remember anymore.
Kate, no more talking. I won't ask anymore. Can I get you anything? Another glass of water? I think I have a tub of that pistachio ice cream you love so much. We're gonna have to clean this mess first. Will you be fine on your own for a little while?
She nods lightly before retreating into herself again. No more words are exchanged after that, and I take that as my cue to start cleaning the shards littering the floor before either one of us gets hurt. The quiet hum of the AC is a pleasant distraction as go over the menial task, more so than her ragged draws of breath or my little feeble attempts to tell a quick story or two. But Larry does the trick, and soon enough she was already drifted off by the time I returned with the promised glass of water, chest rising and falling in a steady rhythm, the strain on her shoulders gone. Frankly, I have never seen her this still. She mumbles something I don't quite catch when I carry her to the empty bed, hugs herself tighter against the mess of blankets. Despite the fact that she appears relaxed, the small frown on her face hasn't quite disappeared. Whatever happened to her won't be leaving her anytime soon. For her sake, I hope we won't stay long with her. There's still questions left to be answered. But the late hour, coupled with the sudden exhaustion in my old couch, a more comfortable bed than it typically is. Darkness immediately welcomes me as I soon head for a makeshift pillow. Okay. A frightened Isabella Santos knocked on Zachary Steele's apartment in the middle of the night. Shaken, she refused to say what happened. Zachary let her stay regardless. Oh boy. Are you gonna meet the ghost as well? I can only wish the dreams would keep at a distance for now, for both of us. October 25th, Tuesday. The first few notes were muffled are enough to wake me. In the end, it became one of those nights where sleep passes like a blink and split with vague fuzzy thoughts. I lift a hand to rub away the drowsiness from my eyes, although it does little to relieve the gritty, burning sensation from my eyelids. Outside, the sun has yet to peek over the horizon, but night has already given way to the cool morning light, washing everything in subtle gray hues. At this hour, the entire city remains unstirring. Ordinarily waking up before my own alarm means abusing the snooze button. Twice or thrice to catch those precious blue extra minutes of sleep. The persistent ringing makes it impossible now.
This better be good.
Groggily, I scramble for the bag sitting in front of the bed. Ashton. Ring still hasn't stopped even his official phone, and Ashton's name flashes brightly on the screen when I turn it on. Must be pretty urgent if he hasn't dropped the call yet.
Took you long enough, Z-Man.
Ashton, it's 6 in the morning. Sun hasn't even risen. Hell, my brain ain't even awake yet. Stop calling me Z-Man.
It's 20 past 6, Zach.
You want to talk? Give me back my 5 extra minutes, Ash. I want my sleep.
Hey, don't make fun of me. I can be a more person too if I want
Yeah,
to.
that yawn pretty much explains all of it.
What's this all really about? You don't usually make calls around this hour. Is the world ending today?
Sorry about that. Becca rang me up a few minutes ago looking for Isabella. Said she didn't show up in her own apartment last night. We both tried calling, but her phone seems to be off. Do you have any idea where...
I should have known you two would come looking for her first thing in the morning.
Not a laughing matter, Zach. You can't really let your guard down with everything that's happened here recently. You've heard about the Cooper woman from the news. Everyone in the precinct has been restless ever since the incident the other day.
Yeah, I get what you mean. Listen, Ash, about Bella.
I let my voice trail off, unsure of how to go about recounting last night. If I should even say anything to him. He might be a close friend, but at the end of the day, whatever's bothering her ain't mine to speak of in the first place. On the bed, Isabella remains as still as when I transferred her the night before. Sometimes during her sleep, she pulls up a blanket over herself and tucks into it comfortably. Like this, it's easy to forget the horror in her eyes, or how much her hands and lips trembled. Save for her firm grip of the edge of the covers, she appears nearly as normal as she would any other day, almost.
I'm not really sure how to go about this while being...
Zach, what about her?
Something, the worry, the concern, must have surfaced in my tone because his own shifts then, carefully as if he's preparing for the worst.
Look, you don't have to worry about her. She's with me right now. Since last night, in fact.
Oh, why didn't you just say so earlier?
She kinda knocked in the middle of the night. I couldn't possibly wake you two over that. And with how things are when she arrived, I thought it'd be best if I let her rest first. I just wasn't expecting people would be looking for her before the rooster even crows.
You could have at least called her something. Becca's beside herself with worry when she found out. You know how much she frets about the smallest stuff.
I know. I'm sorry. That was a lapse on my part. And I just didn't think, okay, you know what? Rebecca's worries ain't completely baseless. Isabella hasn't been her usual self since the movie. Maybe even before that. I don't know if I should be opening my mouth about this, but Bella didn't outright say I shouldn't, so...
So something's wrong then?
I'm not quite sure, to be completely honest. I couldn't get the story out of her.
Really? I thought you'd have learned something from me by now.
That's not it. Ash, when she appeared at my doorstep last night, she was shaking, and when I tried to ask her about it, she just panicked. Had this frightened look on her face. I'd be surprised if this was the first time I've seen it, but it ain't. Dude, the first time, she was screaming.
First time? When was this? You weren't talking about the thing in the movie house, are you? Because that was just us fooling around. Granted, I think I went overboard with the joke, but...
No, it happened the day after. When she invited us to lunch, you weren't there. We were walking one second, and then the next, she's crying out. I'll be straight with you. That scared me shitless.
It bothered him, the way he falls silent after his telling. But whatever his opinion, it stays absent from his voice when he speaks again. He's always been good with that, hiding what he thinks.
Did she say anything else?
Nothing. Won't tell me anything aside from a few vague words. I didn't want to push it.
Where is she? Is she still sleeping?
Right here with me, still sleeping. Should I wake her up or something? Let her know you guys are looking for her?
No need. Let her rest. I'll drop by in a few.
Today? Don't you have work at this time? I mean, I can drop her off home myself before meeting my client later.
Look who's talking.
My schedule's flexible, Ash. Last time I checked, you're the one who didn't have that luxury. How on earth do you think I'm able to tag along when you need me?
It's not completely out of the way.
They live on the other side of the town from you, Ash. Your definition of out of the way is a little screwed up, you know.
It's fine. I have some things I need to do anyway. I'll call you back. I've got to let Becca know that Scared Cat's fine. Bye.
He drops the call before I even get a word in. For several minutes after, I found myself simply listening to Luke's born rouses. Good morning, Zachary received a phone call from Ashton, who's looking for Isabella. Zachary informed him that she stayed over and of the circumstances. Before ending the call, Ashton offered to pick her up. It's really sweet that her friends that are like, she didn't appear at her apartments last night, and they're looking for her, turning the whole place upside down just to find her. It's really cute. It's like, you don't get friendships like these nowadays. The increasing sound of passing traffic, the bustle of the nearby shops preparing for the day, and the growing clamor of the people while they go about their morning Not the most soothing sounds to hear following a troubled night, but the routine puts me at ease nevertheless. What's comforting, what's safe, what I'm used to. Nearby, Isabella shifts but doesn't wake, blissfully unaware as the sea slowly stirs itself back to life. Was her night as restless as the one I had? Was her dreams as lucid? In hushed moments like this, I envy her. Unreasonable, probably a little unfair to say such in light of last night. If only forgetting is as easy as breathing. A small yawn escapes me when I rise from the couch to stretch. Luckily, the short conversation with Ash has effectively driven away any will to go back to bed. Still have a day to get through despite of a proverbial ghost hanging around. The orange ball is sitting at the edge of my table is reassuring against my palm. The instant I pick it up, the sterile odor of the capsule is equally so. Yet the way they carry is something I've never gotten used to. Years ago, I'd spend minutes, heck even hours, staring at a single pill or taking one in. No, now it's just routine, a way to stave off the unwanted nightly visits. Although I don't think Dr. Navarro will be quite pleased if he ever finds out I'm relying on them again. I do owe them a visit regardless, especially after missing our appointments on purpose and ignoring his calls for weeks. Another sigh comes out, tired and weary, and I pop a tablet into my mouth.
Zach? What time is it?
The ball in my hand hits the table with more force than necessary. As much as I trust my friends, there's some things I have to keep to myself.
Morning, Bella. Did you sleep well?
She answers the question with a long, drawn-out yawn, one reminiscent of a child. Chuckling manages to come out of my mouth at the sight. In this manner, it's easy to mistake her for someone too young for her responsibilities, and experienced and immature even. Easy to forget she was thrust into the role of an adult earlier than her own dreams can afford, to overlook how surprisingly observant she can be at times. Maybe not on the same level Ash exercises for his own investigation or Rebecca needs for her own work, but certainly enough to definitely put what she sees around her on canvas. And the way her eyes flickers at the table in my hand says something, as that I won't be able to avoid the questions this time.
Only a little. I don't remember how I ended up on the bed, though.
My doing. You didn't look very comfortable sleeping on the couch, all hunched up like that.
It would have been enough for something temporary. Sorry I stole your bed.
Hey, it doesn't matter. Besides, what kind of gentleman would I be if I leave a lady sleeping in such uncomfortable conditions? Not in this house. My nana will give me a tough scolding if I ever did that, I'm telling you.
Thanks a lot, Zach. I know I barged in at a very inconvenient time last night. I wasn't really thinking when I did, and...
Hey, it's cool, Bella. I ain't mad at you. That's what friends do. You guys are welcome here anytime, although Ashton abuses the anytime part a lot. I don't really mind. We might have less wiggle room if all four of us are present, considering the size of this place. But as long as no one makes anything explode, it's totally fine.
Fine or not, I still owe you one for last night's trouble, especially since you don't seem to be...
A concerned expression passes over her features as she spares another cursory glance over the table back to the bottle holding every small piece while keeps the bad memories at bay. The blood blooming over Pa's heart, the horrified look on Ma's face as she watches him fall lifeless to the ground, every ounce of spite seeping from the stranger's smile. You don't belong here. You monkeys don't belong here. It never stops, doesn't it?
Well, you don't seem to be feeling
boy,
well.
Even Zach has some issues.
Let me know, okay? I'll make it up to you somehow.
She makes a slight gesture with her head towards the bottle, asking questions without really asking. Salty has never been one of her greatest assets, but right now, even Ash would have been a little amazed, if not lost for words at that. She has left it up to me whenever I'll give her the response she wants to hear or not. A little clever coming from her if anyone asks me. I mean, we are best friends. We have to be, truthful to each other. I mean, that's what I pretty much learned when we're very, very close to someone. Zach, be honest with your friend. It's never that easy, is it? This is Bella. There's Zachy boy. Look at him. Talking about my own problems, that is. Will never be, not by a long shot. Not when I've let it stay this way for so long. I realized that long ago when the wounds are still fresh and the dreams are nightly occurrence. I can't force myself to get better or move on to better things. This is what's normal now, and I can only cope. The question in her eyes may be unwarranted, born simply out of curiosity and sincere concern for a friend. I don't owe her an explanation, in fact. But of all people I keep close to my life, she probably is one of the very few who perhaps I can trust with this. Maybe she won't understand entirely. I can never hope she will. No, never to the full extent. That alone is expecting too much of her, and giving too much of what I can. However, for all her shortcomings, I know she'll hear me out. And that's all I can ask of her.
My bad. I was kinda hoping you wouldn't have seen me with these.
Pills rattle lightly against the container and gently set back to its usual place. Always a small area closest to my laptop near the right hand. Then reach whenever, and a quiet reminder of what I shouldn't miss every day.
What? Oh, is it bad? I was just thinking that maybe it's a cold like Becca's. Do you need me to get anything from the store? Soup or something? There's one nearby, right? I can run real quick and...
No, nothing of that sort. I'm perfectly healthy right now. It's really difficult to say, but can you promise me you'll listen at least?
What is this about, Zach?
I should have been upfront with you about this a long time ago. Well, Ashton found out without me telling him anything. But you already know how that guy is. Can't hide anything from him.
If it's something you're having trouble saying, you don't have to force yourself to tell me. I'll forget I ever saw anything and won't ask questions. Promise.
No, I need to get this off my chest eventually. Besides, we're already here. Might as well finish what I started, yeah?
If you say so.
She takes a seat on the couch, her posture easy and open, her smile honest. As if it's just simple talk between two friends on a regular day. It's far from one, but her unreserved air is enough to stamp down the twinge of unease that threatens to come up.
Let's hear it then.
And she does. True to her words, she listens while the story splits out of my mouth. My mom and pa, the little old diner across the pond, what left with me that day. Can't recall most of it now, my account jagged with a few missing details here and there. Passing years have eroded most of my recollection of the whole incident, all except for that one moment in the kitchen, ringing of gunshots or as little as sound that day. Real Ma's hysterical screams the moment Pa's body hits the floor motionless, slight blood flowing out from under him, and the gunman. He was smiling. He was smiling when Pa opened the door and welcomed him. He was smiling when he put a bullet in Pa's chest and Ma's head. I've heard stories about what the world can be a cruel place for people like us before. Never believed until that moment.
Nan and Gran took us right after that. Sis and I flew straight to New Jersey as soon as they heard the news. A few days after, Ma and Pa were laid to rest. And we have a new home a continent away. I didn't even get the chance to take my favorite pillow with me. They said something about the change of environment will be good for us. They had no idea the different kind of ghosts would follow me here.
I expected questions, mostly those brimming with childlike curiosity, maybe some that are a little too hard to answer. But to her credit, she just sat there, lent her ears, and looked at me with no expectations or unnecessary judgment in her eyes. She appears wiser and older like this, easier to see the breadwinner in her. Younger siblings are lucky to have them. When I'm done after everything is said, she wraps arms around me. A bit awkward considering the gap in our heights, and I get to send her across. But it's difficult to answer at the time. If I'm even supposed to reciprocate the gesture given my early apprehension. She pulls away shortly with a smile on her face. Another reaction I brace myself for, but it's obviously better than what I imagined.
Are you not gonna say anything?
Am I supposed to say anything after? Like, apologize or something? I don't think that's very appropriate, but if you want to hear one, I can think of something real quick.
Not really. Other people have something to say after usually. And they're not necessarily nice either.
Oh? Okay then. I won't. I can't think of something anyway. Sorry. I'm not very good with this. Who else knows, by the way?
My older sister, grandparents, and just Ash and you for now. Maybe I think I should tell Rebecca too, but...
But not right now?
Yeah, not right now. When I'm ready. Like today.
I'm sure she'll be willing to hear you out once you do.
I don't doubt she will. I'm more afraid of how she'll react after. One step at a time, yeah? Whew! Surprisingly, it feels good to get that one out my chest. I was a little afraid you'd be angrier. I didn't tell you earlier than...
I'm not angry. I'm just surprised. You didn't look like it. I wouldn't have suspected. I suppose that's how it often is, isn't it? We all have our... what's the word Becca uses? Inner demons? But this is something personal to you. I understand why you'd rather have a few people know.
That too. Well, these past few weeks haven't been easy for you. I didn't want to add that. Not after last night.
Something passes in her face, brief fleeting, and disappears right before I can recognize what it is.
You okay?
Yep, no worries. I'll be fine. Look, about last night, never mind. This isn't a good time, but don't lose sleep over this, alright? What's important is you got what you want to say out, and if you need me, I'll be here.
You should be relieved. Her words are more than reassuring to my ears. It should be comforting hearing those alone, knowing I have another person to rely on things that never go bad. Somehow I found myself worrying more of her instead. I'll make another attempt to get a story out of her if I can. But this is a dance I know all too well, and with her, I doubt forcing her to say something will give any results. As much as I want to imitate Ash, there's only so much you can ask when one result is something a little over disastrous. At best, she'll stop talking to me until a week passes. At worst, I'd rather not risk it. I never see her angry. Outright annoying, often directed at Ash, but never furious. What do they say again about happiest people when angered? Besides, it'd be unfair to her after our little chat.
So, food then?
She seems relieved but breaks to change the subject, as if it has been simply waiting for its fuel this time. Her stomach rumbles in the mention of food. Rather loudly, as a matter of fact.
Alrighty, Missy. We're going to get some chow now. Better be quick, though. Can't have your stomach starting a revolution on us here.
Don't make fun of me! I'm not that hungry. Maybe a little. I didn't think I'd end up skipping dinner last night.
And now we have one starved stomach protesting. Sorry, it'll be nothing fancy, since I'm a little low on stocks. I should probably drop by the grocery store after the meeting this afternoon.
I can make a quick run for you if you want.
Nah, I've got enough to put together something nice here. Maybe. I could always improvise if we're missing an ingredient or two. It ain't like we're going for a Michelin 3-star status here. Also, didn't I say you're a guest? Is this a Filipino thing? Or just Rebecca rubbing off on you?
The soft laughter that comes from her doesn't quite reach her eyes. Neither. The answer is neither. Because if she stays idle, she'll remember.
On second thought, I might need a little help slicing up the potatoes while I prep the ham. You up for that?
What? Do you think instant noodles are all I'm about?
As far as Becca says, yeah.
I'll have you know, I can cook a mean paella with my eyes closed. All my siblings
Wish I
love
knew
it.
what a paella was.
Sure you can. Come on. I think I know what we'll do with those spare ingredients.
Okay, you know what? I'm actually gonna save Tam. I wasn't expecting like a quick time event like that, pressing like random buttons. So I ended up with Hannah's death. But goddamn, that ghost is getting more and more powerful with each episode, and I can't even begin to imagine the kind of fate it has in store for us. I mean, I will admit the one thing I've spoiled for myself is the possible deaths for all the characters, and I'm hoping like all my decisions won't lead to that either way. So yeah, as I said, I'm gonna end this video here. So without further ado, that's it for this video. Thank you all who watched. Hopefully, I will see you all next time. Bye bye.